Hey you all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's lecture, the lecture number 14 of Polity, I learned about Keshwananda Bharati case versus the state of Kerala. This lecture majorly focused on the evolution of fundamental rights versus the DPSPs, the directive principles or state policies. Now, there were four major judgments that were given in the Keshwananda Bharati case. First one was that Goleknath judgment was wrong, that is, FRs or the fundamental rights are not unamendable, they can be amended by the parliament. Second judgment was that the court upheld the validity of 24th Constitutional Amendment Act, which we saw in the previous lecture. Third was that the court upheld the provisions of Article 31C partially on the basis of the doctrine of harmonious construction. Now you might be questioning what is harmonious construction? Then the doctrine of harmonious construction says that if there are two conflicting provisions in the same law, then we should provide such an interpretation so that none of them becomes completely nullified. Then the fourth judgment under the Keshwananda Bharati case was that the committee of 13 judges was set as well as 29th Constitutional and amongst Amendment those Act. 13 judges, the Justice H.R. Khanna floated a note on the similar tones of Justice Mudholkar's statement, that is, if there must be some restrictions on the Parliament's power to amend the Constitution of India. From this statement, the doctrine of basic structure emerged. According to the doctrine of basic structure, the Constitution of India has certain core or basic principles that should not get affected as a result of any amendment. So, these areas can be federalism, rule of law, parliamentary democracy, free and fair elections, principle of equality, secularism, separation of powers, judicial review, independence of judiciary, and the principles of welfare state among others. These areas should not be amended at all. Then came the 99th Constitutional Amendment Act, which was struck down by the Supreme Court under NJAC case. So basically, any such law that violates the basic structure should be declared unconstitutional by the judiciary. Doctrine of basic structure is in many ways a very vital doctrine to the Constitution of India's integrity, because after 24th April of 1973, any Constitutional Amendment Act can be challenged on the grounds of violating the basic structure of the Constitution of India. Judiciary has this power to judge the Constitutional Amendment Act on the grounds of violating the basic structure or not. Then came the Black Day of Democracy. 24th April 1979, the emergency was announced by Indira Gandhi after a quick visit at night to President. In this, Article number 329A was added, which was then considered as draconian article in nature. This was article that was added under the 39th Constitutional Amendment Act by the Indira Gandhi government. This draconian law stated that the election of parliamentary leaders, such as the President, Speaker of Lok Sabha, Prime Minister, cannot be challenged in any cost on any of the grounds. SC then declared the 39th Constitutional Amendment Act as invalid under the case of Raj Narayan versus the Indira Gandhi. Then we saw Minerva Mills versus the Union of India case and the 42nd Amendment. That's it.